So I get people asking every single day whether Amazon KDP still works or if it's dead. And for a long time, I was sharing my own results to prove that it does. Because I became a millionaire at age 26 from actually publishing, and I built 2 successful Amazon KDP business. I am still doing this business. And on top of that, I've helped over 1,400 students make money with Amazon KDP. But since I'm making these YouTube videos, people seem to automatically assume that I'm just a fake guru and everything I say is a lie. So in this video, I decided to change it up a little bit and show you actual student results. So if you go to my Instagram profile, I do have this little story highlight section called student results. So I'm just going to show you each one and just commentate on it. Just a quick disclaimer is that I have way more student testimonials than this. And I don't know if I'm going to go through all of it because it's quite a lot. But starting with the first one, we got Jill over here. So Jill made $17,000, almost $18,000 in a single month. Jill actually have another dashboard. I think he did like $58,000 or something in a single month. We have Christine over here who did over $10,000 with ACX audiobook and also a couple thousand from KDP, so over 14,000. We have Megan over here who hit over $10,000. It's a little small, but this student has done hundreds of thousands of dollars in his KDP business, like over 356,000. This is a little older dashboard. It's not the recent one. But one thing I will say about this is that there are a lot of dashboards that are recent ones, which is coming up later. Obviously, it's just the order of the stories. But if you're watching this and you're like, oh, that's 2 years ago, it's not relevant now because business has changed in the past 2 years. You're grossly overestimating how quickly a business gets saturated. Like as an example, blogging as a business model has been around for 30 years. Like literally everyone knows blogging. But there are still people out there making over $100,000 in a single month from their own blog. So, you know, the fact that blogging is still surviving after 30 years shows you that KDP is not going to die anytime soon because it's still a brand new business model and it has a lot of ways to go. Okay, so we have Adam hitting $1,000 in a month, his first month. We have this student, Martino, when he joined my course, he was doing $200 from KDP. And on this screenshot, he did over $12,700 profit in a single month. And he does a lot more now. So CJ over here hit his first 2,000 Canadian dollars in a single month to almost $8,000 in a single month a couple months later. We have this student doing $31,000 in a single month just from audiobooks. We have this student doing over $200 in his first month. By the way, if you think these are fake screenshots, there's nothing I can show you to prove that it's real, obviously. So if you don't believe me, that is just how it is, right? And I think if you're the type of person who is skeptical and don't believe these things, I think you're not going to believe anything I show you anyways. And that is fine. You know, if you're extra skeptical, that's cool. You know, there are a lot of fake people out there, so you want to be careful, but you also don't want to sacrifice the opportunity that you have, you know, not go after a business model or something. Like KDP is an amazing business, right? And it has a lot of opportunities right now, and you could be going after it, but if you're overly skeptical and you don't take action because all the proof of this working you think is fake, right? And you think it doesn't work, right? So you don't do anything and you might be missing out on an opportunity. So I just want to say that you don't have to do KDP, could be another business model, but you know, there are healthy skepticism and there are unhealthy levels to it too, being overly skeptic. So you want to have a healthy balance for sure. So we have Giuseppe over here doing over $10,000 in a month. We have a couple students getting the #1 bestsellers badge for their books. So Steve over here hit $1,000 in his first month of publishing. Honesto over here did $589 from one book. We have Josh over here who went from a complete beginner in KDP, no experience, right? And he actually was one of my first like one-on-one students when I used to do one-on-one. I don't personally do one-on-one coaching anymore. We do have other coaches in the team that does one-on-one, and they actually produce better results than me, so I just let them do it. But yeah, so he joined my one-on-one program and he went from $0 to $6,000 to now in this screenshot, he did over $58,000 in revenue in a single month. It's not profit, but it's revenue. Still pretty impressive, right? We have Taufik, you know, who said, I just made $33 in a single month, right? And he says, if I can earn $1, that means I'm on the right road. It's only a matter of time and effort. And this is the biggest thing is he stuck to it. He believed that he can. And on this dashboard, he did $33, right? Most people would be discouraged just making $33 in a single month, but he kept at it. And now a couple months later, he's doing $5,000, $5,300, right? So he says it's a long-term game. And yes, you know, you got to stick to it. But if you stick to it for a long time, any business, I'm not like sugarcoating and saying KDP is the only business that you're going to be successful. If you stick to a business, any business, you will be successful, right? I do think KDP is a little easier, especially for beginners compared to other business models because of the very little moving parts and the low startup costs, low time investment aspect of it. But any business, you stick to it for a long enough time and you will be successful. So we have Timothy over here doing $715 in a month. We have Nick over here, pretty crazy one, $72,000 in a single month just from audiobooks. Valerie went from $1,000 to $3,000 per month, kind of stuck there, to over $5,000 in a single month. Adara over here, this is a cool one. So Adara published her very first book, and in one day, just one day, she made $39, almost $40 in one day from her very first book. So obviously that is a really great start here. Michael over here made $100 in a day, his first $100 day. This is a very inspiring one. So we got Toby over here. He suffered a spine and brain trauma a couple years ago, so he can't work full time, right? He had to make something happen online. So he found KDP, joined my program, and started following the steps. And he went from a complete beginner, only being able to do this 1 to 2 hours a day. And this particular screenshot, he made $1,900. To this screenshot, he made $20,571 profit in a month. And this is December. So obviously December is good, right? And it goes down after that, but still he's doing pretty good now, right? So, I don't know how many people are getting value from me just rambling and going over student successes. But the point is there's a lot of people that are succeeding, right? And hopefully you see that it's possible. Like the whole point of this video is that you see that there are a lot of normal people, everyday people succeeding. And hopefully you think that, oh my God, if these people are doing it, I can do it too, right? So that's the whole point here, because I honestly don't know how you guys view me. Like maybe you guys somehow see me as this super smart business guy and think that I can do it, but you can't, which is weird for me to think about because I see myself as a very normal guy. But yeah, in case that's happening, hopefully by seeing other people's success, you see that it's possible for you too. But we have this student right here made $93,000 in a single month. This is once again December, so it's probably not the average, but still it's pretty damn good, don't you think? $93,000. Ad spend was $28,000, so not all profit. And if you're thinking, oh my God, you gotta spend $28K in a month for ads, like that's crazy, I don't have that kind of money. That is really, you don't understand how ads work, because no one ever starts off spending $28K in a month from ads if you're making, let's say, $100 a month, right? You only spend more money in ads if you are making more money back. So if you're making a profit, you spend more, because obviously the more you spend, if you have a successful ad campaign, you make more money back, right? So you start off very small, and only if you're making a profit back, right, then you keep increasing your ad spend until eventually you get to a point where you're spending $28,000 in a single month and you're making like 70K back, okay? So that is how it works. So we have another student right here that was struggling with KDP, that joined my program and went to $5,000 a month, right? And then he hit $10,000 a month. And now he's doing consistent $2,000 a day. So that is 60K a month, which is pretty nuts. He quit his job. He's traveling the world. A lot of our students ends up becoming a digital nomad just like me and just travel the world because this is a laptop business, so you can do it anywhere. So we have this student, Yasir, making over $926 pure organic sales, no ads. So it is possible to make $1,000 with no ad spend if you don't want to do that. We have our student Wendy over here that was invited to be on a podcast because she was a published author, right? Because of the fact that she published a book through this business, she was invited to get on this podcast. And this happens pretty frequently, right? Like I was invited to speak on various, podcasts and on stages through my books. People find me through my books and then they invite me to different speaking gigs. I never done one, but if you're interested in doing that, then publishing a book might be a pretty good idea for you. We have Nicolo over here making over $58,000 in a single month. We have Joe over here making over 67,000 euros in a month. So this is a cool one. So when Henry joined our course, he said that he published a book in 2015. So that was like way back in the days, right? He published one book. At the time, it was doing about $150 in a month. And he left the business because he thought $150 a month is not that great. For me, I think it's pretty good, but he left, right? And after he came back to the program, he checked his dashboard. He found out that that one book that he published and forgot about it for years accumulated over $15,000 overall, like in its lifetime. Literally upload, forget, do nothing, wait a couple years, 15K. So imagine if he would have kept going, published more books, right? So obviously it took many, many years, but that is a power, like how passive KDP is. If you rank your book and you just wait, you know? So that's like, if you have a long-term mindset, this business I think is pretty crazy. We have Josiah over here doing over $33,000 in a month, 25K profit. We have Ada making sales within a week after starting. This is Arnaud doing over $30,000 in a single month. So we have this student, Alex, that's doing a consistent $12,000 to $14,000 per month with 70% profit margins with only 20 to 30 reviews per book, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we have Giuseppe over here going from $1,000 in a month to $4.4 thousand in a month to now doing over $10,000 in a month. So as you can see, students who stick to it keeps increasing their revenue. We have Joe doing 2,000 pounds in a month, and we have Juan doing 26K profit in a month as well. So a lot of students are, you know, doing well. Like Lily over here is a bestseller. This is another testament to how passive KDP is. We got Michael over here. So Michael published his book on Publish Drive, which is another place you can upload your books to compared to outside of Amazon. And he didn't add his bank account on this platform, so they couldn't pay him for a long time. So he recently went back, logged in, added his bank account, and just like that, he has $3,600 that is being sent to him just by uploading and forgetting about it for like a year or something. So this is how passive this business is. And by the way, guys, I just want to stop and say this. Obviously, I sell a course, right? Because I like teaching people and I like working with people who are motivated and want to, you know, scale their business. But if you don't want to work with us, or if you don't want to join the course, you don't have to. You know, I'm just basically trying to show you that if you stick to something for a long period of time, you can do really well with it, whether that's KDP or another business model, right? I'm not fixated on KDP. If you want to start another business, I think that's great. Although I do think KDP is one of the easiest business to start as a beginner. But either way, hopefully you watch this video and you see that it's possible. That's all I'm trying to do here, right? A lot of people might hate on this video saying, oh, Sean, like you're just trying to sell the course. If you're watching this, just don't join my course if you don't want to. Like, I really don't care, okay? Especially if you're the kind of person that makes those kind of comments, like, I don't want you joining the course, so please don't, okay? So anyways, going back to it, we got Michael over here doing over $1,600 from his first book in his first month. We have Nicholas doing over $65 in royalties a day from one book. We have Wenyan over here who had a book that wasn't doing so well, and then she started working with our coach Charlie, and we tweaked the book, and now we went from a dead book to doing over $2,500 in a month, in a single month, just from the one book, right? Obviously, all these results that I'm showing you, I'll be completely honest, it's not pure profit because you do have to market the book, you know, but a lot of the portions are profit, okay? So we have Will over here doing $9,000 in a month from 3 books. And by the way, these are the recent testimonials because we're now approaching like 2024. So this is from 2024. We have Edwin getting 100 reviews in a single month for his book. So people say, oh, it's impossible to get reviews. No, you know, if you know what you're doing, it's possible, right? We have Wendy over here, almost $300 in a single month for her first book. We have Lisa achieving very good BSR, 7,000 BSR, made more money with today's launch than she did all last year. By the way, we do have a Trustpilot page. We literally just have one-star review from a person who's not even a student. I don't know why, but somebody really hates me to leave a review. But besides that, from real students, it's like all 4 and 5-star reviews. We have 4.9 average rating that you guys can check it out. Janine over here is making between 5 to 20K month results. I guess like she, you know, went from 5K to up to 20K, I think. Josh is saying he is making financial numbers, right? He's making the income that Google employees earn passively. So like he's making the same amount of salary Google employees make, but passively, like traveling the world. And it has really changed his life. So it's pretty crazy, like what's possible. I'll be honest though, like a lot of these students are doing better than me. You know, like I do pretty good with my KDP businesses, but some of these students, they just go crazy and make so much money. Alex says that this course made me quit my job and move to another country, so that's pretty awesome. Laura have made more than $500,000 with KDP. Matthew is saying there are many programs out there, but only a few that are worth your time. This is one of those. All right, so obviously we got a lot more testimonials, but these are the ones that I uploaded on Instagram. And So one last time, as I said many times throughout this video, I do not want this video to come across as a pitch for my coaching program. I do have it, and if you want to work with us, I'm not going to stop you from applying. But the bottom line is, and all I wanted to do here is to show you that KDP is not dead, because so many people just complain every single day. KDP is dead, it doesn't work anymore, this and that, right? And those people who make those comments are like crabs in a bucket, right? Basically dragging other people who's trying to escape the bucket, trying to improve their life, and have a better quality of life. But these people are just trying to drag them down, to prevent them from even trying, which kind of sucks. So I just wanted to show you that it's possible. So that is pretty much it for this video. I don't know how many of you got any value out of this. I feel like I was just rambling for like 30 minutes straight. But the bottom line is, KDP is not dead. Still one of the best opportunities out there. If not, I think it is the best opportunity in terms of like side hustles or, business models to start, especially with the rise of TikTok and like social media marketing. I think if you combine short form viral content with KDP, I think it's gonna be pretty crazy, and this is something that I want to pursue more and learn more as well, because the trend is going there. But anyways, I think there's a huge opportunity. That is why I'm still building this business myself. I'm not just teaching it here, I'm actually doing it. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop rambling. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment any questions you have, I'll try to answer it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.